and vow this day, and vow this day, and vow this day to serve thee. Flamboyant gay, make glad the day, colorful bloom resplendent, hibiscus hedge, witness or pledge, honor this day transcendent. Fireflies bright, let your light shine, illumine all thanksgiving of this great day. Each heart can say this nation's dawning, oh land of beauty, we pledge our life and vow this day. To high heavens, and from the sea, the blue Caribbean, palm trees light high the river, palm trees on high reach to the sky, while bells are aloft are pealing. Man burning, oh, land of fairest beauty, life to duty. Oh, this day, and if I say, and if I'll be.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see all of the flags for Trinidad and Tobago out right now. This is for the love of liberty. Our independence must always be celebrated. Trinidad and Tobago. This is who we are, a resilient people that will never give up and never be forced into a corner to not celebrate who we are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to get for our featured speaker this evening. She has served Trinidad and Tobago as a councillor. She has served as a member of parliament. She has served in many portfolios in various cabinets. She has served as a diplomat. And now she serves not just as a member of parliament for the presidency of Arima, up the lead, first ever woman political leader of the People's National Movement. Ladies and gentlemen, you all can do better than that for the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait, lads, come on, let's see that. Yeah, good night, everyone. Friends, citizens, patriots, please, lend me your ear. I come here not to bury our country and disregard our identity like some are trying to do, but I have come to ensure that Mother Trinidad and Tobago takes her rightful place of prominence and that she's given her deserving space to be celebrated. Independence, it has yet again fallen to the people's national movement to act in the best interest of all of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and to set us on the course of defining who we are as Trinbagonian collective. Welcome to the love of liberty. Welcome, one and all, young and old, and in between, tall, short, yellow, brown, red, black, white, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Orisha, Harry Christian, Orthodox, atheists, PNM, UNC, NJAC, DLP, COP, TPP, NGOs, CBOs, professionals, tradesmen, trade unionists. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to those listening to us online. You and me, we are all our sweet TNT. We, after all, Rainbow Nation, gathered here for the love of liberty. Let me now, of course, acknowledge the first citizen of the city of Port of Spain. His Worship the Mayor, Alderman Chinua Allen. Yes, come, let's give it up for our mayor. The chairman of the People's National Movement, the Honorable Marvin Gonzalez. Our Lady Vice Chairman, Dr. the Honorable Nyan Gadsby Dolly. My deputy political leaders, Sanjeev Boodoo, the Honorable Mr. Colin Imber, and Jennifer Batiste Primus. Let me acknowledge, of course, our Secretary, Senator, the Honorable Foster Cummings. Mayors, aldermen, all members of Parliament, all local government councillors, members of the clergy, the protective services, PNM, at home and abroad, ladies and gentlemen, special good night to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Today, we gather not just in a place securely etched in our nation's history, but we gather in a memory. We gather in the spirit of that warm night exactly 63 years ago when the Princess Royal joined us as the world watched us. Just a few meters to my right, the Red House, the then seat of the colonial rule of half a century, a miracle for as the clock struck midnight, the Union Jack was lowered, and for the first time in history, a flag of red, white, and black rose gracefully against the Caribbean sky. the independent nation of Trinidad and Tobago was birthed. Our very own nation, our own flag, our own coat of arms, our own national birds, the scarlet ibis and the cocorico, the chiconia, now the double chiconia, our national flower, our own watchwords, born in that moment, born from a love of liberty, born in the cleansing and purifying fires of our hope and our prayer. Countrymen, countrywomen, patriots, all, what was born that night was not merely a symbol. It was a thunderous declaration of our national self, triumphant note of our national anthem, echoing lustily across over Woodford Square and reverberating throughout every street, village, and town of Trinidad and Tobago. It was a song heard by a people whose ancestors, whether the indigenous first peoples of this land, or whether from India, Africa, China, Europe, or the Middle East, had watered this soil with their blood, with their sweat, and with their tears. It was a sound of freedom, thankfully, not earned by floods of blood, but earned by the unwavering resolve of the leaders like Butler, Cipriani, Capildeo, and the doctor, our founding father, the father of the nation, Dr. I remember vividly as a girl at the assembly at St. Raphael's School in San Fernando, my hand on my heart, my voice in a chorus of young Trinbagonians. I didn't even know all the words, but yet we watched the older girls in the front row, mouths shaping lines. Give the respect before the first note. It was a joy to see the way the teachers straightened their shoulders, the way the flag seemed taller and fluttered, prouder while we sang the anthem. Back then, our country and our anthem were just about 5 years old, and we were just 5 years old. We may not have grasped every word of "Here every creed and race find an equal place," but we understood its importance. We were happy to be part of it. It is the same pride, my fellow countrymen and countrywomen, that is planted in every child who sings our national anthem and who recites our pledge. It is the same pride that swells when our athletes, our artists, our academics, and our pageant queens stand on the world stage and hear those soulful notes rolling for them. This is the flag that was elevated when Hazley Crawford and Keyshawn Walcott won gold at the Olympics. This is the flag that was hoisted as our national anthem played and our national instrument filled the stadium in the 2022 Commonwealth Games as Jareem the Dream Richards received his gold medal. This is the national flag that identified my namesake Janelle Penny Commijon, Giselle Laurent, and Wendy Fitzwilliams when they brought the titles of Miss Universe and Miss World home to Trinidad and Tobago. This is the flag when Shannon Hutchinson, Ariane Sinanan, and Sadia Nabila Ali planted as they conquered various bases of Mount Everest. This moment, achievement becomes our achievement, our national tree. This moment becomes Trinidad and Tobago. This national pride is woven into every fabric of our flag. The red, our vitality; the white, of our equality; the black, our strength and unity. This is the flag that flies at the United Nations, is as a physical manifestation of our sovereignty. It soon. How beautiful our flag looks, flying as our beacon, our identity shining among the other nations. proving that national pride transcends individuality and party and continues our legacy on the world stage. This is the flag that Google itself honors on our Independence Day by changing its logo on its homepage for the world to see. And this is the flag that is honored in the most organic, beautiful ways by our peoples, like the Caesar's Army, in the paint dance, where at 6 a.m., in the midst of joy and celebration, everything stops. A silence falls, and thousands of voices rise as one to sing, to reaffirm that love for country in the deepest rhythm of all. This is what we celebrate. But my friends, to truly celebrate independence, we must first remember what it replaced. Before that night in 1962, we faced our Mount Everest as colonial islanders. The oaths sworn were not to this nation, but to a crown. The transcripts of our history remind us of the words defined of our subjugation of our leaders. One said this: "I do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and succession." Pre-August 31st, 1962, our sovereignty was but an idea, not a reality. This is why the journey to London in May 1962 was critical. Not a request for a gift, was negotiation to build our own. Secretary Sir Reginald Moon said the responsibility was to devise a constitution under which the peoples of a former dependency can emerge and govern themselves as a single nation. Our founding fathers understood this profound responsibility. Dr. Williams declared that our constitution, juntas or civil on the protection of basic human rights. It was, in his words, to give the government sufficient powers to ensure the continued improvement of the well-being of the people. He dreamed of a nation that, though small, like a mustard seed, would grow so great that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. It is crucially important to note that this was not a partisan vision. Dr. Capildale stood and did guarantees. We want a judiciary which is independent, he said. We want provisions which really guarantee effectively the rights and freedoms. We want provision made to ensure free and fair elections. They, those men, those patriots, they built this house for us. They gave us the tools, our watchwords: discipline, production, and tolerance. Our pledge to be faithful to our God, to our country, to honor the law and respect the rights of fellow citizens. We must reclaim the promise and protect our sovereignty. Our sovereignty, hard won, is not just a status we hold. It is a tool we use. We boast sovereignty every time we sit at the table of CARICOM, championing regional integration and speaking with one powerful Caribbean voice on issues from climate change to trade. We exercise our sovereignty through CARICOM single market and economy, which gives our citizens the right to live, to work, and establish business across region, making our people more resilient and our economies more dynamic. We assert our sovereignty on the world's most critical stage by a signatory to the Paris Agreement, standing with the international community to combat climate change, an existential threat to our very islands, and leading the change in advocating for those most vulnerable. From the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea to protect our maritime borders, to international trade agreements that open markets for our goods, we have consistently used our sovereign power to build stronger, more secure, and more prosperous Trinidad and Tobago. This is the mustard seed grown into a tree, offering shelter and strength, not just to us, but to our regional family and principal partners worldwide. This is why, fellow citizens, those here and abroad, today is also a day for sober reflection. For we stand at challenging crossroads, and we must ask ourselves, are we keeping faith with that promise? The state of emergency was the government's response to a crisis of crime. But when it is used to cancel our national celebration, while other large gatherings are deemed secure, it feels like a strategy and more, it feels less like a strategy and more like a smokescreen. This contradiction reveals a profound and troubling truth. This government never conceived a real plan for governance, nor a serious strategy to address the root causes of the violence that plagues our society. We are left not one crisis, a security crisis and a leadership crisis. But I say to you today, fear not. Where they have failed, where they have no plan, we are ready to fix things. Here we are commemorating this solemn occasion, honoring our civility in season of strain. The state remains willful to the and fireworks with a national day of prayer and reflection. Do not out there to pray. I think story, a humble acknowledgement that except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. But I also believe that national rituals belong to the nation. Their cancellation is a symbol of a breakdown in the compact. It is an irony that cuts deep, that a government can hold consultations on stand-your-ground legislation, yet not consult on how we can stand together to preserve one of our greatest unifying traditions. And what of the continued improvement of the people that are constant to improve? How do we reconcile that original and enduring vision with the closure of our very programs that put food on the tables and pride in our communities? CPEP, URP, forestry program. These were not just employment schemes, purpose to improve well-being and to allow us to hold our heads high. What is further distressing is today I got the news that the Civilian Conservation Corps has now joined CPEP, URP, and reforestation program, as they have now, from the information I received, also closed down that program. Our Independence Day, our nation should be clean. Our parks should be trimmed. Our streets should be gleaming. It is a sign of self-respect. The sudden and unexplained closure of these programs has not just left thousands jobless, it has stained our pride. A dirty nation on its birthday is a deafening cry of despair. The soul of Trinidad and Tobago is not being this way from within. We must demand better from this government. We must reclaim the promise and protect our sovereignty. We must reclaim the meaning of our watchwords, discipline, conduct, and in holding our leaders accountable. Production in our work, in our art, and in our economy. Tolerance in our hearts for every creed and race. for every religion and every political affiliation, and tolerance and respect for each other. We must commit to our pledge. It is a contract we have with each other to be faithful, to honor our institution, to uphold our country's law. We must be the ones who fly the flag higher, to hold this government to account and demand it reinstate the programs that keep our nation clean, our children in school, and our people working. To mentor our youth, we must be the pride we want to see, woven tapestry with the splendid threads of religion, culture, our food, our dance, our music. Our culture is an integral part of our national identity and of who we as the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We all celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Eid al-Fitr, Baptist Liberation, Emancipation Day. We are currently in the period of Ganesh Utsav with our Hindu brothers and sisters. The Muslim community are observing the 12 days of Maulid. Last Saturday, we celebrated the National Oshun Festival with our brothers and sisters of the Yoruba community, as well as the Feast of Santa Rosa de Lima with the Roman Catholic and the First Narima. In October, we celebrate Double 10 with those of the Chinese heritage. Last month, we enjoyed the Tobago Heritage Festival. A few weeks ago, we participated in African emancipation. Every year, thousands of our diaspora and tourists alike join our local community carnival. We honor and celebrate our artistry and craftsmanship through masquerade with color and splendor, backed by our musical steel pan, soca, kaiso, and calypso. Our music has always been the soundtrack of our nation's soul. By calypso, our stories are told. Our music tells our story of love and resilience better than any speech could ever. Our model nation, Mighty Sparrow, 1962. The whole population of our little nation is not a lot, but oh, what a mixture of race and culture. That's what we got. Tell the world there's a model nation. That was the dream, and the dream is still alive. Mikal Tija, 2025. Can you feel the love on a stranger's face? When my people's dancing through time and space is an energy when we come down day. Look around, all of we jumping up as family. Tell the bad vibes, not today. Love is only energy. Orlando, 2018, Trinidad, I love you. Can't let you go, can't let you go, can't you go. And your sister's words. Freetown Collective, take me home. I go cross any ocean to find it. Won't let any mountain get in across the waters, but through the fire. I know that my heart go show me the way. Everywhere you turn, you see the people smiling. We don't see. Even we fight for the thing, and this is the place. That is our country. That is our fight. Take me home, take me home. Take me to the place. Home. That place is Trinidad and Tobago. That is the vow we make to this nation. A love so deep, it calls us back always. The world is crazy here. Protect My brothers and sisters, fellow countrymen, when we leave here today, we face a choice. Do we cheer for the country we know we can be, or do we weep for the country we feel we are losing? The answer laid out by our first Prime Minister is clear. Let us make a living reality of our new motto. Together we aspire, together we achieve. Let us not just aspire, let us achieve. Let us rebuild the house. Let us keep the promise. Let us leave here today with a resolution in our hearts, a resolution to be faithful to the dream of independence, to be proud citizens of our nation that will always live on. Look around. This little nation is not a lot in number, but oh, what a mixture of races, what a mixture of culture. That's what we have got. Still, no major indifference of race, color, religion, finance. It is a miracle that we, many different people, can do so well. Spread the word anywhere you go. Tell the world there is a model nation at last, which means Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone, our nation is born. Everywhere you turn, you see people smiling. We do so with no creed and race. Don't want nobody tell about even. We fight for we think, and this is we place. Now, let us show the world, the naysayers, dare I say, let us show this government that we will not reject our legacy. We will not allow you to rewrite our history. We will fight for our national identity. You see, to tell the story of Trinidad and Tobago is this national movement of to all citizens. Introduce CEDAW. The policies and actions led to lower maternal mortality rates. The PNM providing free education from nursery to tertiary and everything in between. The PNM created countless academic and vocational programs for our young people and took deliberate the programs that keep our communities clean and our people employed were shut down. When they won, our national parade was cancelled. Tell my friends, did everybody win? Or did a select few win at the expense of the many? My Trinbagonian patriots, nationals throughout the diaspora, it falls to me to do something the Prime Minister can never do, to do my duty to you and to this nation, pledging to you that I will never engage or encourage the abuse and treacherous trampling of our Constitution and the spirit of our Parliament, as was done in our Golden Jubilee. In 2012, during what should have been a triumphant year, marking our 50th anniversary of independence, our nation instead witnessed one of the darkest political betrayals, the sinister orchestration of Section 34. This was no ordinary legislative misstep. It was a premeditated, cold, and calculated abuse of the Constitution and the Parliament by the UNC government, an act of brazen, so laced with treachery that it casts a long, unshakable shadow over our Golden Jubilee. How can a party only recently entrusted with power and the sacred duty to uphold the law, turned so viciously on the very oath it took. Section 34 was not an error, it was a deliberate, clandestine move to pervert the course of justice. This calculated, callous move to abuse the Constitution and the legislative purpose had one objective: to let their financiers, their friends, and be accused of the massive fraud walk free without a trial. Between 1962 and 2015, the UNC held power for 2 terms, and yet within that limited tenure, they engineered one of the greatest constitutional disgraces in modern history, Section 34. The UNC and the Prime Minister never forgot the public outrage. You, my wonderful countrymen, saw this treason for what it was. And let me say, contrast this to the PNM. It is when the PNM wins, the nation wins. In 1962, the land had just 880,000 people. Today, we are 1.5 million people. Since 1961, the PNM gave this nation free secondary education. In 2004, we throw open the doors of the university with gate. In the health, as it relates to the healthcare, the PNM declared that care must never, ever depend on wealth. Free clinics, public hospitals, CDAP drugs, and for elders, for those who built this country with their hands and their sweat. In 1972, we created the National Insurance System. Since the first pension was paid in 1975, hundreds of thousands of retirees have collected their well-owned pensions and NIS checks. From paved roads you drive on, to the electricity in your homes, to the water in your taps, the PNM's nation building touched every household. So I ask you, my fellow patriots, who truly wins for all? Who builds a house where every single citizen has a room? The truth is undeniable. When the PNM wins, the whole country wins. When the PNM wins, everybody wins. I therefore repeat, you simply cannot tell the story of this country's growth and this country's development without speaking of the tremendous contribution made by the People's National Movement through its policies over the years. The UNC and the detractors can never take that away from us. The PNM is great. We are the proud people of Trinidad and Tobago. We are the resilient mother Trinidad and Tobago, and we will protect with all our might. Challenge me again. They told me, hold your own parade, but they forget the PNM is a rally for all. When within the next 5 years or before, when you elect me as your Prime Minister, I will work to build who we are as a people. And you can look forward to certain very interesting projects. A sovereignty renewal agenda, a national identity commission, which establishes a bipartisan body to safeguard national traditions, cultural heritage, and state symbols like the independence celebrations, ensuring they can never again be erased or politicized. Constitutional guarantee of our national celebrations, enshrine Independence and Republic Day into law so no government can suspend them without parliamentary approval. For any year in which emergency powers prevail, I propose a People's Civic Salute, a template that preserves dignity and safety, and one that mirrors the very activities of August 1962. We can simply do micro parades, use the cadets, the Girl Scouts, televised wreath laying, that's very simple, all planned well in advance. You can also look for TNT providing continued global leadership. We can work towards a Caribbean Sovereignty Alliance. We will continue to work with CARICOM in defending small states against global economic and political pressure. We will champion climate justice leadership and position Trinidad and Tobago as a global voice. Our independence cannot be cancelled, and our sovereignty will never be surrendered. I see Trinidad and Tobago where no government can ever silence our national pride, where our young people are guaranteed opportunity, where our economy is fueled by innovation, clean energy, vibes, and creativity, and where every citizen holds the power to hold leaders accountable. This is the future we must claim together, a stronger, prouder, and unstoppable Trinidad and Tobago. So as I ask you tonight, stand with me. Stand with the People's National Movement, and let us reimagine our nation, boldly, fearlessly, and with unshakable hope. Let us build a civilization of love. Let us truly be a rainbow nation. Let interracial solidarity and national unity be the cords that bind us together. When the Soca Warriors qualified for the World Cup in 2006, we were our best selves. This coming Friday, the 5th of September, our boys play Curaçao at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. And I ask you to join me in once again in being the best of Trinidad and Tobago. Let us support our boys and our country proudly wearing red, white, and black. Tonight, as they did last night and a couple nights ago, TKR and our TKR will again play in the CPL. I was there last night, and it was nothing short of beauty for us, seeing our red, white, and black. Let us congratulate Puran and his entire team, and let us rally around these unifying teams. This is who we are and what we are called to do. Remember, we are Trinidad and Tobago. Let no one take that away. As I close, I want to ask you to join with me as I say this very special and important prayer. Heavenly Father, we come to you on this Independence Day with grateful hearts for this blessed land. We ask you for guidance for our leaders. Grant them wisdom, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to the common good. We ask for your protection over our communities. Shield them from violence and despair. And we ask for your strength for every citizen. Give us the courage to build, the patience to tolerate, and the discipline to produce. Bless and keep Trinidad and Tobago now and always. Happy 63rd birthday to our beloved Twin Island, Trinidad and Tobago. Happy Independence, Trinidad and Tobago. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our nation. I love you. I want the best for you. I'm here with you. I am here for you, Trinidad and Tobago. Hand in hand, let us preserve our legacy. Together, we can and we must honor who we are. And tonight, we are called upon to save our country, and to save our country, we must. Great is the PNM. Long live liberty. And I want to take the opportunity now, before I leave, to ask us to stand and sing the national anthem. Hans, where are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear every voice, loud and proud, singing the national anthem of our Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. So
We want you, come to the front, come closer to the
yes, come a little
stage.
closer. And no music, we singing it. So they'll know that we have some powerful voices here in the People's National Movement. This is after I've sang the national anthem. Hans is going to come and basically complete the program. So this is our important event, and we are going to make sure. So people, you know, those who can. Hans, I was looking for you to come up here with me. You tell me you could sing too, right? Okay. So 3, 4. Of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea. This our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Ere every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Ere every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Thank you very much.
Ladies and
Long
gentlemen,
live Trinidad and Tobago. Happy independence.
ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now have our flag parade around the square. We ask that you go in single file and we follow our political leader of the opposition, Member of Parliament for Arima, and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Penelope Althea Beckles Robinson. So we're going single file around Woodford Square.
Welcome, welcome, one and all to the land of death. Trinity to the bone, Trinity to the bone. When they come to Bacchanal, well, they can't beat we at Trinity to the bone, Trinity to the bone. Sweet woman parade upon the blade. The brethren, they put our energy. Some people say God is a
Ah, yes, good evening. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, yes. Good evening, good evening. All the penny haters. This is not the time for that today. The day before independence. And what you're seeing on your screen, what you are seeing on your screen right now,
sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love of the country, sweet, sweet TNT. All the sugar can be good for me. All these years I spent abroad in it, call longing to be home. Trinity to the bone, Trinity to the bone. Lord, I pray that some sweet day I will no longer have to roam. Trinity to the bone, Trinity to the bone. The problems we have are plain to see. We prove we could stand the scrutiny. All I know that true democracy. How we vote is not how we party. There's no place like home, some people say. Though some have to leave to make their way. But in your hearts I know their destiny. So come home and pick up the country.
Hey, happy independence. You're just seeing, you're not seeing me? That you all telling me? Yes, you're not here, you're not seeing me? Good evening. Uh, um, you're not seeing me? All right, hold on. Let me just. Hold on. All right, so you see me now? You see me better now? Right. Well, let me tell you something. There will be people who will not like, and there will be people who will be liking, and all in different things. We want to just simply say that we brought this broadcast here to you tonight so that you can get the message of where we went from, where we came from independence to now, and what are some of the plans that will be happening. And with the new political leader of the People's National Movement, Honorable Ms. Penelope Beckles, taking the reign, we are proud to have brought that message here to you all tonight. And we will be bringing you all the meetings of the People's National Movement live to you right here, even the press conference as well as other government officials information. We are also looking at Monday is Guyana election, and there are Guyanese who are living in Trinidad and Tobago, and I am going to be trying my utmost best to bring that election to you. Yes. Oh Lord. Well, let me tell you, things take time, and with due time, things are going to happen. She has 4 years in which for we to help her, and for us as a people in the People's National Movement to build and bring back our party as the alternative for the next general election. So, let me tell you something. All leaders are different, and all leaders will always be different in how they do their things at one point in time. We have gotten accustomed to a person shouting down at us every time. And now we're getting somebody who is talking modestly and more quietly to us. We are not appreciated. But that is Trinidad for you and how we move forward. But nevertheless, this is the 63rd anniversary of Trinidad and Tobago independence, and I want to say happy independence to all the persons here who have locked on tonight and really, really, really taking in the PNM thing tonight. Let me also tell you all that on our platform, we do have our live also going on the platform. where we are bringing you the cricket on the platform, not here, not Facebook, not none of the social media, but directly and exclusively to our platform, BounXup.com. You must register, you must get on, and you can see the full cricket on our platform live from the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. So we are currently bringing that right now as we speak. In while the meeting is going on, we are on BounXup.com, and we are bringing it to you live as we speak. I will have to branch over to actually know how the score line is going, but it is I'll be going over there in a short while to bring it to you. I just want to give you some update on what has been happening locally. Just want to give you a little update on what has been happening locally. And yes. Well, tomorrow I will show you the highlights of what was happening in New York for the Labor Day, Labor Day, and I will show you that. But I want to read this to you all tonight. This is something very, 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 very serious. And it is something that has been happening. And I've realized that a lot of people have been doing it and getting away with it. And it has now reached a point where a police officer was caught in the act, literally, with this one. Police Corporal Pramana Rajpat, number 18616 of Central Division, thank you, Ms. And Rocky, Malika Rocky, you should go on the site and register on BounXup site directly and enjoy and experience a whole difference in what we have to offer compared to the others. But here this one. So this corporal, Rajpat, number 18616 of Central Division Gang and Intelligence Unit, he involved with the Gang and Intelligence Unit, staged theft of his own SUV outside, Bishop Warner's police station. Four suspects. Inquiries reveal that the victim conspired with known IMV offenders to have his vehicle stolen. A black Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross SUV, scrapped and assembled and reassembled for insurance purposes. He was arrested. 36-year-old officer Rajpat initially reported that he parked and secured the SUV valued at nearly $300,000, like $299,000, and registered PEE 7508 at the railroad car park around 3 a.m. on August the 13th, 2025. When he returned at about 1:30 p.m., the vehicle was missing. The SUV was later found stripped in Londonville the next day, August the 14th. Investigation quickly led to the arrest of 4 known IMV suspects who admitted to being involved in the theft. Police are also now focusing on the officer himself, as evidence suggests he orchestrated the theft of his own vehicle in order to stage a robbery. So, sources indicate that the officer had taken out a bank loan, purchased the SUV, and may have been unable to meet the payment. And this is the offense that he was charged with: conspiracy to defraud Capital Insurance Company. A big guy like that, and you insured it with Capital. Misbehavior in public office, tipping off a gang, wasteful employment. He's expected to be detained as the probe continues. Well, he has been detained already, and he will be going before the court. So that is what is one of the things that are making news. Let me just give you the other thing that is. What office? What office are you talking about? What office are you talking about? Very good, yes. Not me, not tonight. Not tonight. That thing walking here tonight. Oh gosh, thinking like that thing walking here tonight. That one over there. That is the family. Where is my oh boy, you know. Well, the police was OD. Yeah, well. Well, that is what happens there. That is what happens when you know, I sent a bunch of things to let me go. All right, let me just let you all hear this before we ride out into the sunset. I don't know why it wasn't sent, but it's saying it was sent. So we have breaking news for you all tonight, some sad news. And Sunday I will play some of the videos for you all and things. But we do have some sad news. Gunmen opened fire on a doctor today. An off-duty prison officer, thank God, he fought back. And Dr. Dorothy William Chandler, a local physician, is in critical condition after being ambushed and shot 6 times earlier this morning. The shooting occurred near the Champlain home after she left a charity event. An off-duty prison officer witnessed the attack and bravely intervened, fatally shooting one of the attackers. Police are still searching for the gunmen at this point in time. So a doctor was shot this morning, and what I'm going to try to have sometimes is midday news also, because, you know, what is really going on in this place? What is really going on in this place? gunmen opened fire on the doctor. This is not no normal. Nah, this is not normal. Somebody deliberately, and I don't care what they're saying. If me, I reach a point now in Trinidad and Tobago where, you know, sometimes they want to tell you there's robbery. But 6 times you shoot the woman. What this doctor did to Oye that Oye had to shoot the woman 6 times. To me, this is like they somebody put the woman in place. They deliberately put this woman in place. And I don't put nothing past this government. I'm not putting nothing past this government. Especially when they want to get rid of you. Because you can't tell me that this woman was, and she's a local physician, was shot 6 times. 6 times, you know. So she was close to she home. The woman now come from a charity event, so that means somebody was monitoring the woman, marking the woman, and they tried to execute this woman. They tried to execute this woman. They never tried to ambush her. This was blatant execution that went out. But I just trying to, let me tell you something. I just want to tell people in this line of work that social activists and political activists that we do, there's no thanks. There's no thanks. People don't business, they don't care. But we do it because we love this country. We do it because we love our country. But this was blatantly an execution that went out, and thank God that prison officer had his weapon on him. That we shoot one of the bandits. So the second person managed to escape. So 2 men went to deal with this woman. This was no robbery. 2 of them went to deal with this woman. Now, while some people might say, something, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, and in my position, I have no problem with it. If that woman had a gun, and she did shoot them 2 fellas, who come to shoot she, what people would have seen? What people would have said tonight? What people would have really said tonight? How, look, you know, the woman is a doctor. What this woman could do all so that Oye went and shoot Dorothy Williams Chandler. Why went to waited? So now in this country, you can't have nothing. You can't do nothing. Let me tell you something. I don't care what nobody says. They are part of the standing ground legislation that I will back, and they are part that I will not back. Because they see that foolishness we're going on in this country, and everybody want to play the politics game and politicize certain things. Even with the gated community thing, Because I clearly remember when we had applied, yeah, Dana Sitahal tried to reach Michigan, but if we would have ambushed the woman, they knew that she was going to, where she was going to pass, so she went to she vehicle. They knew where the woman was going to pass. And they killed, they murdered, they executed Dana Sitahan. Up to this day, them holding a man that they claiming that killed Dana Sitahal. And we never see the trial properly go on properly in this country. Until people get compensated for being accused of Dana Sitahal murder. It could never be right. You're going out there making an honest day living. If all you want to attack people, well, this year case is also a setup because they're not going to attack this doctor just so. They was monitoring this doctor. They literally was monitoring this doctor. Because in our community, everybody does know who lives in the community. Everybody, if you, no stranger in community, no community, just to let somebody in the community tell them, you know, check this one, check that one. That's how it go. But they come and they try to, well, we waiting to hear what happened in this thing now because the woman is in a critical condition after being shot 6 times. We hoping and praying that, you know, she didn't get shot in her head and all them different things. But it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous of what is happening in this country. And we have a minister of Homeland Security playing games. We have a defense minister who in hiding. So you have a defense minister who in hiding, who has been associating himself with known persons of the underworld. You also have a Minister of Homeland Security who seems to only be doing photo ops like he's some beauty queen. That what has happened. That what has come out. That what has happened. If they can't get in your premises, they wait until they come out your premises. Because somebody setting you up. Somebody putting in place. Like the new thing now, put them in place. That's why I be very skeptical. Very skeptical. With people who you see them phone thing, a man stand up and say, yeah boy, yeah, it now pass. It now pass. And they sending the signals. They're sending signals. And then you can have foolishness that be taking place. Then that is true. Let me tell you something. I do have a problem in the gated community thing. I do have a problem with the standing ground. I do have a problem with everything, you know. Because to me, them thing is trivial things. I don't have a problem with that, with a policy for it. Because when we had a price for that in our community, AGC told us, no, you can't do it, you can't do it. A number of people's vehicles were stolen when we wanted to establish a gated community, put up a barrier, block around the place with a wall, hire some security. AGC said, no, you can't do that. AGC said, no, you can't do that. You can't do that in this place, you can't do that in that place. No high traffic was passing through our area because nearly everybody had a vehicle. Until you start to see 1-1, 2 men, and that's how it come. So I have no problem with it. Because if I catch you inside of there and one person is supposed to come by me, and if one person is supposed to come by me and I see 2 people come by me, I want to know where 2 people come in by my house for. Because if I only tell one person to come by my house, where 2 persons come in by my house for. If now self I had to put up my gun and let it go. Now mind you, I have no gun, eh? So nobody will come and look to harass me for no damn gun and feel like it come from me for gun and all them do to shoot. But if I had one, it's now self I put it out. This is very serious. This serious thing now. This is serious thing now. And even though we have criminals in the government, even though we have criminals operating as government ministers, board positions, you name it, even though we have them planted within the government system, what we really telling the society, boy? Because the average person who believe he can go in a man place, speak thing, do eating and get rid of it, he think he can get rid too. But they only going for them, but I want them to go for the white collar crime too in this country. I want them to send out the detention or whatever, Mr. Wayne Sturge. Send out the detention or whatever, Mr. Wayne Sturge. Let me pull in Wayne Sturge and ask him what is his involvement in this whole scenario. Because Trinidadians like to be 9, they wonder, we going into independence. We going into independence. And we pray to rein in our ministers. We pray to call them out. But I will continue to call on Mr. Wayne Sturge to step down as the Minister of Defense. Step down. Do the honorable thing and resign. Go away. You have no compromise the public office. You compromise a public office with foolishness. But when if you're saying you're fed up and you had enough of this government, then you can't be bad talking your own leader. Because that is the person who will eventually take over. On one hand, you can't be saying that you're fed up or something. And on the next hand, you're saying that she weak. She did. She not going to be the next prime minister. Then people are going to make up their mind, wait till they really want. It's either we want change or we don't want change. And if we don't want change, then we will continue in the state of what we have. Because clearly the UNC is watching us. They are playing on us. And realizing that people don't know what it is they want. Because if this doctor can't go and make she honest day work, go to a function and come back home to see another day, she's fighting for her life. She is fighting for her life. While Kamala and them is going to be putting themselves down in the wild in a van, away from the public, away from Port of Spain. To meet with their people, to negotiate who want to get a job. That's what they're going to do. I keep telling you that. That is how they function. But we don't hear them things. All we like is bacchanal kucho. And that's why you see, Kamala have more power to do what she wants. Because she realized that the PNM people don't know what it is them really want. I've seen it already, and people could feel like they tell me, and they could say what they want, and they could do what they want, and now he don't know that what he's saying, and he don't know what he's thinking. But you don't know me. You don't know me. And trust me, I've been in this politics long enough. I have done things that many of you all wouldn't even do. So when I hear people talking and they laugh and they get kicked in a serious issue, I will just say, well, what do we do? You gotta leave them. You gotta leave them because they don't know what they want. And it's only when the pressure is on. I will make arrangement to come to Tobago. I'll make sure and organize my place for her to stay. We gotta finance my own trip. Nobody do finance my trip. I finance my trip for myself. But I will come to Tobago I will set a nice little day for a weekend to come up to Tobago. Carnival is in October. Hopefully, if I will come to Tobago in September month, I will try my utmost best to come in September. If not September, I'll be coming November. So if I had to come up there in yeah, let me say about September, but September would not start basically from Tuesday. So let me look at about if not September, November will be in Tobago. Because I had to come up there to do one or two work in November. So most likely it will be in November month after the THA elections and stuff. Well, that day of prayer on the Niwalina ground, and everybody know that the Niwalina Gar site is a sacred ground. No other religion is just going on the Niwalina Gar site just to. They not. If you're having a prayer, you have to have it on neutral ground. And Kamala Prasad, the sister, knowing what is happening and seeing what is happening, if she called THA in the morning, some of the very sad people who saying penny week, penny week, penny week, might end up staying home and saying, I'm not going out and vote now. Because me what she has no me she no prop for she to get no political leadership. Or for she to look good. Or for she to think that would be the mentality. That's why you see so much of people would have stayed home and say I'm not going out and vote. But the same mindset too. I ain't going out there now. Nah, me ain't voting for he don't look like me. Nah, me ain't gonna think for this one. Nah, I want to see, nah, I don't like he, nah, I don't like how he thinking, nah, and that's the mentality. Well, Melka, I don't know what is the winning, the one in the guys try to do. But they always say cockroaches like to go in foul party. Cockroaches don't go in foul party. Cockroaches don't go in foul party. And me, if you having a prayer, I'm not going to know religious grounds just so. That's why they have it in the Queen's Park, Savannah. Or if you want to go down San Fernando, you can have it in Skinner Park. Neutral grounds. Because you don't want nobody to say, boy, I want to go here because you know there is thing and me I have this religion and that religion and we know what them things they go. But let me tell you something. One thing I always tell people, and I've always said it and I'll say it again. The only way to effect change in any society is to get involved in the organization. The only way to effect change in any society is to get involved in the organization. And if you don't get involved in the organization, then you wouldn't know what is happening. You will stay from outside. You will complain, but still not be able to do anything. But I don't have time with Kamala and the madness. If Kamala and them want to go and do what they want to do, and they want to have a day of prayer, and they're mocking the God, the mamagaing themselves, the bullshitting themselves, I don't have time for that. Because I don't know how the people can go and pray to God. And people hungry. I don't know how they can do that. Well, the only persons who will be going to that prayer is Hindu. All the government ministers will be attending to make it look good. All the councillors will be coming out. All the parliament and things for the UNC will be coming out. All of the people who are looking for a work, they will be walking with a resume. We'll see people walking with the envelope in their hand. Who have it in the car, they will be parking up and they will be handing the resumes for the different positions that they're going to apply for. Me no fool. I keep telling you that. That's how they go. They go to the temple. They hear the minister will be in the temple tonight. They go by the temple and they walk with their things. Your surety, all right, you check me tomorrow. All right, no problem. I will put it in place for you. That's how we just go. The views of the rank and the file. Who's the rank and file? Who's the rank and file? Once you inside, you can effect the change because the internal election done. You now have an opportunity to go before General Council and you can stand up and you can make your voice be heard. You can ask for certain things. You see, people need to be schooled about. I used to never telling people that when people are talking when I was talking last night, people vex. But I keep saying it and I'll say it again. There are procedures. There are procedures in which you must follow. But again, I too, there was telling people when I said it, if it is, like when Eric was talking and he was saying about 1956 to now, and I said, the time from 1956 to now is two different times. The campaigning is too different to the campaigning. In fact, nearly every election after the 1986 election is totally different. And most of the time, We don't vote in a government, we just vote them out. And with the two-party system that we have, well, after them now, you know, I want to get them a rest. Let me get them a rest. So we rather vote them out than to come into the party, become members of the party, have a vote in the party. And when the internal election is called, you get no one vote. But when that's done, when everything happens, everybody like, well, I didn't vote and vote now. I was too tired. Boy, me one thing, a voting spirit. Boy, thing, and that's the mentality we have. And then we expect. Kamala was 13 election. 13 election. And they still back Kamala. The activists must still behind Kamala. Never one day you ever hear them talking, bad talking the leader or bad talking the party. Them people hold on to the party like they were God until Kamala come and tell them straight up, it's party before country. But there are some people who just don't understand that you could love your country. You love your country, but you have to protect your foundation of what is good governance in your country and what has been working for you, and don't work against it. And for some strange reason, PNM people have always believed that they must work against the party for some strange reason. I fed up at them, and I fed up, and I don't like this one. Nah, take. If you who you all want to go to represent the party, or you want them to go and represent your view, then do it. Tell them enter the ring. Enter the ring. But don't chicken out. Don't back out. And when you back out and you leave a big gap of supporters who back in that particular candidate or that particular candidate, then what you say? But I wouldn't doubt it, Melly. But I keep telling people, don't take the people things. Well, I dare you to tell me what I'm saying is wrong. I dare you to tell me why I'm saying is not right. I dare you to tell me what I'm saying is not right. Because how I expect to effect change? How I expect to effect change? And I never equate the party with Miss Penino. I said if you want change, then put up who you want to represent your interest and let them fight and go up for election like everybody else. It's simple. It is very simple. But we have a THA election to fight. And we have to put the boot on the ground and go and fight this election. I does not time with the keyboard warriors and them. I just go out there on the field and do my work. And I applaud all who just go out in the field and do the work. Because when I had to go out there, just like many of the other warriors who out on the field facing the people, getting caught on a real day-to-day basis in real time. Plenty of you see that. Plenty of you see that. No, I'm not taking no issue with people because people do agree with me. I'm asking, tell me what I'm saying is wrong. And then tell me what is right. That's what I'm asking. Okay. Okay. See what I've been saying? Well, you can't tell me what I'm saying is wrong. But that is exactly what she's doing, Melka. She is planning local government election. Local government election is going to come very, very soon. The THA is coming. And while people might be preparing for it in December, we might very well see that sooner than you think. Not in October, but it might be sooner than we think. Because the party went over to Tobago. All the cabinet members, everybody going over there to Tobago. And you know what? They don't start to work the ground. Just like what happened with the council, with the THA members. They work in the ground also because they don't pick the 15 people. And you know what? Fairly operating the troops to come out and do what they do to win. Kamala organizing the party for local government election to win. Well, I want you to tell me what I'm saying is wrong. Tell me. I don't know anybody PNM gonna lose no election. Why you wait and sit down and wait for that? Why you wait and plan or think that the PNM gonna lose any election? Why you wait and see? Why you wait and see? Every time why you sit down every night and we keep singing that song, penny week, penny week, penny week, penny week, penny week, and see where that put in the party. Well, let me play dotish. Because I just want to play Dead Kobo alive, you know. But I know THA, watch and you go see. All the naysayers, when they see the PNM take control of the THA, because the people of Tobago fed up of the lies and deceit. When you see they take the THA, well, you can tap with the PNM, you know. The PNM is a well-oiled machine that when the time comes, they regroup. And you see the local government election, then they're going back to 7 seats. They won the seats in Tobago. Let me tell you something. They won the seats in Tobago. Likewise, how people didn't want to go out and vote because of the same arrogance of the PNM. And we can only just blame. Don't just blame or take issue with one leader, but you have to look at the past leaders also. And the past leader did come out and make a statement. And he took full apology. He gave full apology for losing the election. So don't only try to blame one person or look at one person. Look at what happened in the past also. Look at what was taking place leading up to that, where the people was rumbling and tumbling the same way. And a lot of people said we're not going out and vote. No, there's a way to do things and how we must do things in the party, and they're right. Just like we went on in America, when Biden said with Kamala Harris, and Biden had to tell she hold up. there's a process. The other way. Well, if my contribution is juvenile Nairobi, that's your opinion. And I thank you for that. But I am not no fool in this thing. And I know damn well that even before the election, people were damn upset with the party for what was happening. But we don't like to hear the truth. People like Mama Gisam, they like lies. They like lies. They don't like to hear the truth. It's not now it had display. It's not now it had display. There are people who did not like what something what was happening in the party when Dr. Oli was there. That's the truth. That is the truth. They did not like how certain things was done. But I don't want to hear that because you know why? You must like who you like. You must back who you back. I am not backing the leaders, you know. I am backing the party. And that is the difference. And my party needs me. And if my party has a leader, then I will respect that and support my leader at any given day. Call me what you want. I want business. But I will support my leader. So that is the leader right now. And I will support my leader. And I will work to build back this blessed party. But here is not the place for it. Here is not the place for it, and I keep saying it. But all you want to wash the dirty linens in public. Wash the dirty linens in public. Well, Kamala Prasad, sister, they're in a free pass. And they're laughing at me as a party. They're laughing at me as individuals in the party. Because at the end of the day, you know the first thing they say? Look at them. Look at them. They can't get it. They can't get itself together. Well, I think she would bring back the property tax if it is that she get any majority in the local government election. She may. Nothing is possible. Nothing is impossible with Kamala Prasad. Nothing is impossible. I am not obligated to discuss that here. I am not obligated to discuss that here tonight. And I keep telling people there's a fight, and I deal with the fight. I am not dealing with YouTube and all them things. Well, Naomi, if you know something I don't know, that's for your business is. That's not my business. If you know more than me, and you know what I want to talk and what I got to talk, then that's your business. That's not my business. I think you know too much of what me, because I don't think I will know measurement much. But if that's what you say, that's what you say. I don't have time, you know. Well, first, let me tell you something in life. One of the things that I have always done, and I've always said it, sometimes if you have to build up, so be it. Life is a journey, you know. There will be those who will come and those who will go. But your message will always be there. If people want to come, they come. They don't want to come, they don't have to come. It's simple. If people want to hear Bacchanal and Old Talk, it's up to them. They can hear Bacchanal and Old Talk. At one point in time, I used to do my program with only 10 people. You have some people, I used to do my program with 10 people when I started. And me start doing radio now, or talking now. I have been doing this for years. Years, not now. There are some people who are bent in their ways and will never change. Whether they like it, they don't like it, it's their thing. It doesn't bother me. Some people just come with their own agenda for it. Even though they're supporting the party, they mightn't like this person in the party for some strange reason. But that's how people are. And sometimes that's how it is. Sometimes that's how it is. I can't tell people who to watch and who not to watch. But I get focused on what it is I have to do and how I have to get my thing done. Because sometimes the very same people who believe, who you believe or you think supporting you or they for you, they're not there for you at all. So sometimes you have to look, rebuild, rebrand, and come again. And that's how it is. My program doesn't always be about politics. My program will be about all different things. But people choose to watch who they want to watch. They choose to support who they want to support. They choose to do whatever they want to do. That's them. But it's years now I've been doing this. And sometimes you see the same thing over and over and over. And sometimes you don't say nothing because why? You don't want to offend nobody. And that's the mentality. We don't want to offend nobody. But when you talk your mind, everybody back. But everybody can talk their mind. Everybody can say what they want. They can tell them what they want. But you mustn't say nothing. You must just take everything that they say at face value, gospel, think. And everybody laugh and have a joke over it. No, and again, cause everybody has the right to give their views. I have my right to give my views too. And I have a right also to say, hey, if something is wrong, I tell you it's wrong. And if there was a process, there was a process. But if people want to go down and believe what they want to believe, I can't tell them what not to believe. And yet, look, Melka already, Melka has been following from the beginning. And also, I have always said truth and I have always talked the truth. And then sometimes you just say, well, why forget it? Where's the sense? Where's the sense? Because sometimes you try to talk and everybody okay with it because everybody believes that okay, them alone, their views alone stands and your views don't fit. And that is exactly what is happening, Mr. Annie. Everybody believes that everybody must accept somebody. Nobody can accept nothing. But if we are dialoguing and we are having a discussion, I don't have a problem with that. But from the moment people start get nasty with their comments or they think, I will respond. And people don't like people to respond. So they alone must say what they want to say. Tell you whatever they want to tell you. And you mustn't say nothing. And you sitting down there, inside, you mustn't say nothing. That is the thing. So it's up to people whether they want to, they don't want to. The message is still get out there with me. And I've been on all different platforms. All different platforms. So I do, I just always tell people, I did a show with one running blood, sweat, and tears. Only to be what? Bam, 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 bam. And even though you try to defend yourself, nobody want to hear what you want to see because why? They were listening to the foolishness. But I will refuse to say silent, just like any one of them. I refuse to stay silent. Because from onset, I've always been saying, the only way to effect change is to get inside. And I went and do the honorable thing. I went, make myself available, and I went inside. I stopped talking as though I am from the outside, and I complaining. I went inside. That's what I did. I can't talk for others. That's what I did. And who don't like it, that's their business. But I could try. And if I fall on people, just come and let me go. And people refuse. But they come in now to ask me, instead of foolishness, but how the meeting went. I'm not obligated to tell you nothing because I didn't want to come. I didn't know I was representing because plenty people told me that I'm not representing, I'm not thinking for nobody. So I went and represent because I want to see my party grow. And there are plenty people who wanted to know. But I will not deal with it on this platform. I will never come here to battle the leader on this platform. Never. There's a time when I play for it. And sometimes some people will just get too out of hand and disrespectful. That they believe they can tell you what I want, say what I want, and you mustn't say nothing. I'm not going to sit down and take that foolishness. I'm not saying no and taking that foolishness. And that's what I said, Eric, and I'll say it again. Everybody have their viewpoint, but if I am conducting my show and we're having a dialogue and a discussion, we will have a dialogue and discussion. If people don't wish to watch, that's their business. But if they wish, so be it. So be it. But at no point in time has anybody ever hear me trying to force my opinion on nobody. Nobody. I never did that. But there are those who will come every minute, every night. And sometimes I'm not even dealing with that topic. But they're going into that topic. And knowing that I am a member of the party, I will not just sit down. I can't just sit down there all the time. And allow people to just keep going down that road, going down that road. And don't say, you know. It can't be that going down the road. I asked people, hey, it's time to close ranks. That's what I said first. But I never forced people to close ranks. But I don't give people the right to come every night with the foolishness. Look at it. Look. Look, I remember. Oh God, hey. Hey, but well, Eric, let me tell you something. I have been supporting my party in government, out of government. There were those who went and they said to the MPs and them, don't give Welsh nothing, don't do nothing for Welsh, don't help Welsh, don't think Welsh. As though Welsh went and asked anybody for anything. I never went and asked nobody for nothing. I never went and asked nobody. And I've made it clear right here. Nobody could say, none of them ministers could ever say that Welsh come in front of the door or come by the office and beg them for anything. Not one of them. Yet, I come here and I will talk about the party. I will tell you all the things that the party is doing. Where you go and get grants, where you go and get this, where you go and get that. But I do expect to be rewarded. And if it is that somebody sees what I'm doing and says, well, okay, Welsh, okay, this is what we thank you and explain, fine, I don't have a problem with that. Thank you and all will be good. Thank you and all would have been good. And I still don't look for that. Because it's years and years and years And I know my politics. Don't look for nothing. So it neither here nor there with me. But I did tell you, Anwar, I did tell you. Well, that is up to you. That is up to you. That is up to you, God. So, tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow is Sunday. And we'll be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow. At 7. And we'll have more. Why should be of great concern, Eric? Eric, there are plenty things that is happening behind closed doors that people don't know. Trust me. Get involved. Get involved. And again, we're still engaged, on it. We're still engaged. That's a wishful thinking, Eric. Wishful thinking. In 1986, they said the same thing too. And before the PNM came back out in 1991, wishful thinking. And that's the kind of negativity that the party does not need. Why people want the party to stay in opposition and not to be in government? So you don't want to aspire at one point in time to become an ambassador for Trinidad and Tobago, to represent Trinidad and Tobago at one of the highest levels. It's not about getting something, it's about contributing back to the country. Not what is happening as governance today. And that's what people don't understand. But let me tell you something, Anwar. The sycophants and them in the lagoon, they learned from the PNM. Because PNM people who went across by the lagoon people and taught them how to fight election. It's people, PNM people who taught UNC how to win, how to fight the propaganda. how to do this, how to do that. It is the PNM people is who did that. Because the same thing, when they get fed up, I don't like the leader again. Or what I can't support the party again. And then, that is what it won. And people go across the, and they help them. And that's why you see, they keep getting stronger and stronger in the propaganda. The social media will always be stronger and stronger. We had to be mindset, we had to be really careful of what we're doing. But say what? And Anwar, Cambridge Analytica could have only, we don't need Cambridge Analytica. We have always been doing it. The very same thing that we talking about Cambridge Analytica is what we have always been doing. What they did is just document it and sell it to other people to fight the election. And there's no cabal in the PNM. Where's that? Yeah, now it's not 1956 politics. I never said what will work in 1956. In 1986, it's two different times. The politics has evolved. Politics has always keep evolving. And every election is a different fight. Who can't talk to young people and educate them about the PNM history. Who can do that? Marlene Pandin, who can do that? I think the thing went so far that, you know, I must be missed. No, 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 I never say talking about me. I'm asking who you was talking about. Because I must have missed the comment because they was coming in a kind of fast. Well, I know, let me tell you, the young minds of today, there are many of them who don't really follow the politics too much, but they listen. And social media, plenty of them on social media on a constant basis. Well, he gonna know. He gonna know. Yes, I think, yes, yes, Penny would have made a statement about that. Yeah, yeah. Not in in that part yet, but yes, she have talked about the war. A man offer his son what $400 to go distribute the needy for a couple of hours. Well, no, 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 you'll be surprised. We're not in trouble. We're not in trouble. Take what I'm telling you. It's still early days, but we have the THA to deal with. We have the local government election to deal with. And so we will see what will be happening. Give it some time. Give it some time. Let all the naysayers and them say what they want to say. But in time, you'll see everybody coming back home. Roostering. Give it some time. And I have told people hurting, no problem. But give it some time. Well, Eric, that is your opinion. So, but I will tell people, be careful of what you say. Because you might eat your words. You may very well eat your words. So people, I know I want to go and watch it again. We have it live down on the platform. So So we have it live down on the platform. For those who want to take it in on BounXup.com, and we're not in trouble. We're not in trouble. When we get in a problem, we're not in trouble. We have weathered the storm many times. And when people said we was a dying species, the PNM has always raised its head. So people, have a blessed night and see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. So let me just leave you all with some music while those who want to go and watch the cricket could go and watch the cricket. Yep. Let me transform. Bam bam. Why do you need this thing there? Oh Lord. I feel I know went on. All right. Who are you talking about, Miss? No, no. Teacher Hackett, teacher Hackett. No, all right. I thought I was talking about Wendy Figaro Hackett. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, I can't play no music because I don't remember cricket going on down on the side. So it's very difficult to transform. So have a blessed night and see you all tomorrow at 10 p.m. for another Dauntless Defenders of Lucas.